Hey everyone! I thought I'd take this episode to share with you a great way that you can be adding some passive income on the side while helping to grow your business at the same time. And this particular approach I'm going to talk about has been growing in popularity over the last few years. Now, before I go any further, let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about being a teacher? Hi, I'm John Marble, and this is Build Your Difference.
This is Build Your Difference, a podcast created by Blue Artists, a brand platform with one goal: to help great visionaries like you build impressive brands. Every month, we'll bring you insightful tips, knowledge, and compelling stories from successful entrepreneurs and the Blue Artists team on how to create and to market a winning brand that does more than just launch a new product or service. It starts an ongoing conversation. Because you're not just making a brand, you're making a difference. Let's start building.
Now, before you immediately dismiss being a teacher, hear me out. No, not everyone is cut out for being a teacher, in the traditional sense. That's true, but you don't need a teaching degree or even classroom experience to do something as simple as sharing your knowledge and expertise with the world. Individuals with a passion, entrepreneurs looking to capitalize on additional income streams, and businesses hoping to reach new customers have all been tapping into the online course craze. And the best part is, you can do this all from home, online, on your own schedule. Now, I imagine if you search long and hard enough, you'll find a never-ending sea of websites that cater to creating your own online course. But for the purposes of this episode, we're going to be looking at two of the most prominent online course platforms: Udemy and LinkedIn Learning, formerly known as lynda.com. We'll look at the similarities and differences between the two, how to get started on each to become an instructor, and ways that each site is designed to help you succeed. Before we dive in, it's important to note that you don't need a lot to get started, whether you're using Udemy or LinkedIn. High-speed internet connection, the ability to create even just basic audio, video, slideshows, and Word docs. Sure, if you have the budget to afford making videos with fancy graphics to support your lessons, then by all means, go for it. The higher production quality you can produce, the more you're likely to attract and even retain potential students and customers. Now, this doesn't mean you can rely solely on fancy graphics to draw in new customers. All those bells and whistles are great, but you need to make sure that even with those bells and whistles, your content offers something of value. Your videos and audio content may be otherwise mundane and simple, but if that content is bringing something of value to your customer, that's what matters most. So try not to get hung up on reaching Hollywood-level production, especially not in your first outing. Now, if you're someone who is new to the online instruction world, then perhaps the best place to start would be Udemy. Why? Well, for one, Udemy has less restrictions and requirements on who can be an instructor. In fact, if you head over to their support page at support.udemy.com, click on Instructor near the top of the screen. Then under Frequently Asked Questions, click on How to Become a Premium Instructor and charge for your courses. Yes, you can publish free courses to Udemy, but our purpose here is to create a passive income stream. So you'll want to be sure and set up a premium instructor account. And don't worry, the application process is free and generally straightforward. You start by creating a course. You set the pricing, then complete the following steps to apply to be a premium instructor. Number 1. Enter your name or company name. 2. Include a 60-character headline or a quick description of your expertise. 3. Write a short bio. 4. Enter your billing address and phone number. Number 5. Upload a profile picture. 6. Accept Udemy's terms of service and choose which promotional programs you would like to participate in. Next, you'll set up payment method using PayPal or Payoneer. The whole process typically takes 2 business days and again costs you nothing to apply. Udemy does not charge you to join its platform, nor does it charge you any transactional fees. but it does keep a percentage of each sale you make. This could be anywhere from 25 to 50%, so you'll want to be sure to price your courses appropriately. Once approved as a premium instructor, you can go about publishing your course and wait for students to come calling. Or take advantage of Udemy's Teaching Center, which offers community updates and promotional resources you can use to attract potential students to your course. Here you'll find articles that will help orientate you to the world of Udemy and online instruction. Steps and tools on how to create a course, as well as how to effectively market it. Again, you don't need a lot of fancy equipment to get started, but you do want to make sure you are in a quiet environment where your audio will be clear and free of background noises, and your video will be clearly seen. Udemy does have some basic standards you must adhere to when it comes to production quality. But as long as you have an iPhone Model 4 or above, an iPad 2 or above, a webcam, an HD flip camera, a GoPro cam, or most DSLR cameras, then you should be fine for the most part. Just be sure that your video is HD. One great thing about Udemy is the diverse amount of courses covering all sorts of topics, from the most basic to the most imaginative. Essentially, you can create a course on just about anything. They do have some restrictions, though. Obviously, nothing sexually explicit is allowed, nor is advocating violence, hate speech, or posting anything that is misleading or deceptive. Of course, while it may sound fun to create a uniquely imaginative course, for our purposes here, since our goal is to build on your already successful business, you're best off creating a course that ties into your current business. This way, your course can become a vehicle, not only to a passive income stream, but also as an excellent way to market your day-to-day business. Courses are typically video-based. That doesn't mean you can't have certain lessons with primarily audio as the focus. But as a rule, courses on Udemy must have at least 30 minutes of video and at least 5 lectures or learning modules. You also have the option of adding quizzes, various assignments, or exercises that your course participants must take to receive their completion certificate. Every course goes through a quality checkpoint procedure done by Udemy. This is before it can get published to the site. Let's pause for a moment, and when we return, we'll continue exploring Udemy's platform and the topic of online instruction. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions. How do I record an episode? How do I get my show into all these apps people use? How do I make money from my podcast? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad. I create a lot of podcasts, so I need a podcasting service with plenty of space. Thanks to Anchor's unlimited free hosting, I never have to worry about running out of space. So if you've always wanted to start a podcast and make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. Welcome back, everyone. We're talking about online instruction as a way to create a passive income stream and grow your business. So we've been talking about Udemy, one of the most prominent platforms in online instruction. Again, every course goes through a quality checkpoint procedure done by Udemy. This review process typically takes 2 business days. If it does not pass quality inspection, no need to panic. Udemy will alert you to the areas of your course that need to be improved or fixed. All in all, Udemy is one of the best, most well-known platforms for online instruction. They seem to have a well-built-in support structure, and the setup is fairly simple. The biggest issues you're likely to face are the site's commission fees and the stiff competition you'll encounter. If your plan is to offer a course on social media marketing, for example, with such an in-demand topic, you better believe there will be hundreds of courses on this very topic. So what is going to set yours apart from the rest? The other big player in this online instruction market is a feature on LinkedIn called LinkedIn Learning, formerly known as lynda.com. You can access LinkedIn Learning by going to linkedin.com/learning. Now, right off the bat, the first key difference between LinkedIn and Udemy's online course platforms, you need to have an established LinkedIn professional profile before you will be allowed to become an instructor. Whereas with Udemy, you can sign up, apply to be an instructor in a matter of just a few days potentially. LinkedIn Learning requires you to have a fully well-rounded professional profile already in place, with clear evidence that you are indeed a professional in your field. So, we're most likely talking months of advanced preparation here. And if you're not on LinkedIn, or you're relatively new to it, this is why I suggest you start with Udemy when you go to get your feet wet as an online instructor. Another key difference, again, whereas Udemy provides courses that cater to everybody, and I mean everybody, LinkedIn Learning is primarily for professionals looking to enhance certain key skills and knowledge of specific areas. This could be to help them land a new job, or start a new career, or simply to help round out their profile on LinkedIn to make it more appealing to would-be employers. Because LinkedIn Learning's audience is far more specific, they offer far fewer courses than Udemy, focusing more on conventional courses one would expect professionals to need. Not to say LinkedIn Learning is without plenty of choice for courses, but suffice it to say, if you're on LinkedIn hoping to learn or teach how to dance Gangnam Style, you'll be sorely disappointed. It's also important to note that LinkedIn is far more selective with its instructors. This is largely due to the fact that it draws in professionals from various backgrounds. This being the case, you'll have a slightly higher mountain to climb in getting your application approved, as they even say on the site that they don't respond to all applications, but will keep them on file for future reference. The application process here with LinkedIn is pretty straightforward. You just go to learning.linkedin.com/instructors. You sign in with your LinkedIn profile, select your languages, select the topics from each category you're qualified to teach. Categories here are business, creative, and technology. You're asked to provide some details about your teaching experience, why you're qualified, along with a link to a video that showcases your teaching style. So essentially, even before you've created your first course material, there's a lot more to getting started with LinkedIn Learning than Udemy. So again, it's best to use this platform if you are already an established professional, preferably with some instruction experience and a well-established presence on LinkedIn. If not, start with Udemy, and when you've built up some good experience, then try expanding to LinkedIn Learning. Udemy, as we've seen, is chock-a-block full of articles geared towards helping you as an instructor to design and market your course effectively. Looking through LinkedIn Learning's site, there seems to be very little in the way of content to help you design and market your course. Or to be fair, they may provide such information, but it was not readily accessible. In short, LinkedIn has removed the instructor training wheels. Here, you'll be playing with the big boys and girls. And it makes sense, seeing as how probably 80 to 90% or more of your students will be business professionals. Then you probably should be too. Now, on their site, they tout their learning service as a way to earn extra income. However, it's unclear how much you could potentially earn, since they say little to nothing about how much of your earnings LinkedIn will take as a commission. Udemy does a much better job of explaining all this on the front end. So while it at least appears that earning some passive income is possible with LinkedIn Learning, the focus here seems to be more on increasing brand awareness, name recognition, and as a tool for generating new leads. And that's pretty much the gist of using platforms like Udemy or LinkedIn Learning to become an online instructor, whether you're looking to create a source of passive income or to help grow your business through increased brand awareness and lead generation. Online instruction is a booming trend that shows no signs of slowing down. Now, if you're overwhelmed by the thought of creating an entire course from scratch on your own, think about this first. There is no deadline here, other than the one that you set for yourself. So feel free to take as much time as you need to create this course, whether we're talking weeks or months. There's no need to rush here. In fact, it's much better that you don't rush this, because you want the course to be done right on the front end. Alternatively, if you have the budget for it, why not hire a team of people to help you put this course together? It'll certainly take some of the pressure off of you, and you'll likely get the course done and published that much faster. Yes, there will be some work on the front end, and even after your course is published, don't expect students to begin flocking to it automatically. You'll need to put in some marketing effort there too. But if you stick to it, give it some time, and plan everything properly, and ensure that the content of your course offers value. Eventually, you'll begin to see more and more students taking your course. And when that happens, then all your hard work is done. And all you have to do is sit there while that passive income stream comes flowing in. I'm John Marble, and this has been Build Your Difference.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Build Your Difference. If you'd like to learn more about how Blue Artists can help you develop a distinguished brand that inspires and engages a growing audience, then please visit us at www.blue-artist.com and be sure and subscribe to our monthly podcast for the latest tips and trends in brand development and marketing. And remember, you're not just making a brand, you're making a difference. Start building yours today.